new Sonic Forces gameplay has just been released. Well, I say new, it's the classic Sonic Green Hill Zone footage that we saw, but we get to see an actual full act of the level. So before I get on to my discussion, guys, let's watch the footage. Hey guys, I'm Jay from the GBUKJai and welcome back to another Geek discussion. As I just mentioned, we've got some more, more Sonic Forces. We've got the classic gameplay, we've got the Green Hill Zone here, and I'm sure the first thing that people will say will be more Green Hill Zone. Yay! I mean, granted, we already knew this was coming. I would admit, I do wonder why sometimes they do use Green Hill Zone. I mean, I get it, it's kind of a staple at this point. So you could just argue, hey, they're gonna do it. It's in Mania, it's in Forces, you know, we had it in Generations, it's gonna happen. Well, in Generations it made sense, but, you know, I guess it's just one of those things. It's gonna be a staple. It's like you can't have classic Sonic without Green Hill Zone. But before we get on to things like the obvious layout, you know, what's going on in the layout, graphics-wise, things like that, the music. Is it me, guys, or does the music sound kind of lackluster? Honestly, I've always known Sonic games to have some of the best music. I even hear people that don't even seem to really be Sonic fans. You don't hear them talk about like Sonic games or play the Sonic games. Yeah, I always hear them use his music. So what does that say? Sonic games are known to have great music, you know, people can't argue that. I mean, obviously there's always going to be tracks, you know, every now and again that aren't particularly great, but overall it's fair to say that, you know, most Sonic games have great sounding tracks. Even the Mega Drive / Genesis, you know, had tracks that we liked on, you know, on the system. With here, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where they're going with this, really. I wasn't expecting it. When I heard it, I was like, this sounds very, I don't know, like Rayman Legend Origins, like kind of derpy-ish. I'm not sure where they were going with the instruments. I mean, it doesn't sound like Green Hill Zone at all. So I mean, at least it's unique. It's, you know, it's a Green Hill Zone level, but you know, the music isn't even Green Hill Zone. I guess it's kind of, you know, kind of like Windy Hill. You know, where it basically looks like Green Hill Zone, but, you know, it isn't, and it has its own music. But it threw me off. I was not expecting it to sound like that. Is that really what we're going to hear when we play the level? I'm not really sure. I had to mention this, guys, before we got started, because the music is just what's thrown me for a loop here. What are they going through with this? You know, where are they going with this? That's what I was trying to say. So the music is, I'm not feeling it. Like, I was not expecting that. I'm kind of disappointed. Again, I'm not really sure what their direction is with it, or if things are going to change. I'm not really sure, but it just stuck out to me, and I was just like, what? Why? I'm a bit confused, guys, so let me know your thoughts on the music, because to me, I was expecting better, really. Alright, so on to gameplay. So it's not just Green Hills, and again we've got like, you know, a new layout going on here. The robots are very simple looking, of course, apart from like the typical the chopper, you know, chopper bandit and stuff. And honestly, I mean, the graphics is a little bit different to Generations. I did mention in my previous video, you know, about the new character. You know, could it be Bubsy? Could it be someone else? You know, where we got to see the footage of that as well. And I said, you know, it's basically Generations. It's not. Like, the squares textures are completely different. I would say less textured than the Generations, but it still looks fine. You know, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. You know, you got your typical S tubes. Got an interesting loop. Kind of reminds me of like, kind of looked like more like Windy Hill type of loop going on there. Someone actually saw someone in the comment section of another video saying that it seemed a bit the level seemed a bit barren. Now I don't agree with this, but I do agree there are some sections that seem a little bit barren. Maybe it's just me. Like, I feel like there's just like a gap where it feels a bit empty, and I feel like maybe there should be maybe an enemy or something just to kind of, you know, make it stand out a little bit more. But something to notice, guys, is that in the background, which I find interesting, as Sonic goes through, you see like sand. Does this indicate that this is going to be like a Green Hill Zone / mixed with like a desert zone, or, you know, is it just showing you that that's where Sonic's going to, you know, end up next? It's like a preview. It's like, hey, we've got Green Hill Zone at the beginning, we've got like, you know, the platforms and the blocks, but you've also got a desert. Or is it just indicating that, I don't know, this is what Eggman's done? It's just Green Hill Zone's just turned into like a desert. It's a desert field. It's ancient history, as it were. But Sonic's still running through Green Hill Zone because, you know, it's a staple. It's you know, it's Green Hill Zone. What do you expect, really? You know, you've got like the swings that are pretty much like the, you know, the Sonic Generation swings. But for the most part, I mean, I'm fine with the layout. Like I said, it's just some sections that seemed a little barren. Not like majorly. It just felt a little quiet. You know, sometimes it could be too busy, but I felt like in some sections here and there, it was a little bit like I think it needed something to kind of push it out a bit. You know, just give it a little bit more life. But I mean, it looks great. Colourful, vibrant, everything you'd expect. Like I say, if you've ever played Generations, it is sort of similar to that, not completely the same. But I am intrigued about the whole sand and stuff. Like, again, it makes me feel like it's like Green Hill Zone buried deep under like a desert now, or is it just indicating that we're going to get like a preview to the next level? I do also like the whole choppers kind of chasing after you, and also, can I just say that at the end of the act is basically just exactly like Generations. I keep bringing it back to Generations, guys, and it's because it's so hard not to. Like, can you hardly blame me, really? I know, like, it was confirmed, you know, it's not Generations 2. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You know, it's probably arguably better that we're getting a new game. But when you bring Classic Sonic into the fray, and he looks like he controls exactly the same as he did, you know, and you even got elements of Generations, it's kind of hard to compare. You know, I wouldn't be a nerd, a gaming nerd, a Sonic fan nerd if I didn't pick out on these things. You know, I guess when you're older, you get very nitpicky, I suppose. You know, there's also something else I want to mention, and it's actually to do with his controls. I was saying how he seems to control, or looks like he can control exactly the same. At some point in the video, it looks like he does a instant spin dash. Now, I'm wondering if it's the drop dash. And you might be thinking, drop dash? What do you mean? Like the stomp? Like modern Sonic stomp? No, I'm talking about the drop dash in Mania. If any of you guys seen that, and they added a new ability for Classic Sonic in Sonic Mania, and it's like an instant dash essentially. When you land, you like press a button and you instantly dash, and that's what it looks like. It looks like it's been implemented into Sonic Forces, so like 3D Classic Sonic can do it. I mean, that's what it looks like. Maybe it is some sort of instant spin dash. Maybe they just happen to press it. But it looks like literally at one point he jumps, he lands, he presses the button, and he just the instant dashes, which again is very, very interesting. Does it mean that classic Sonic might be getting, you know, new moves? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if classic Sonic already knows the homing attack. Maybe it's to like say, oh hey, he learned it in Generations, so he's, you know, he's retained it. And I know people have been saying like maybe he'll be like Adventure Sonic, or people were saying at one point, you know, like the third character should be the adventure styled Sonic and things like that. So who knows? I mean, could be like another progression type of thing. I mean, at one point, for some reason, I don't know why, but I thought like we were going to see like a summary of classic Sonic growing into modern Sonic. I don't know why I thought that, but you know, we all have our crazy theories and stuff. We also seen some footage of the red rings. I'm not sure if it was ever confirmed or if I missed it, but at least we can confirm that there's definitely red rings. So if you liked them before or didn't, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what you need to possibly get Supersonic, maybe, or something, or maybe you're unlock stuff and whatnot. But that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, it's Green Hill Zone, you know, a new layout. The music kind of threw me off. That's like the one thing that really threw me off. I'm liking the whole desert-y theme. It's got me interested. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I've been Jay from the GBUKJai. If you liked Geek Discussions, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.